never be afraid to let go. And I say this with like my full heart because I had an issue with letting a friend of mine go. We had long history. I at the time had a different mind state, and it was one of those things where that person was more mature than me. But when life got real and I started to understand what being an adult was and thinking about the future. I mean, even to the point where we get old and we're gray and old, what kind of legacy you want to leave. So I started changing my mindset, and I outgrew my friends. And the problem I had was that they held me down when I was young, when I was immature, when I was always in the wrong, when I was the abuser, in the sense of just wanting to be in charge and wanting to be in control of things. And I was just kind of in my own right, like a foul person. So I felt there was loyalty there, that I needed to stick it out and to see this thing through. The problem with that is that people will remind you what they did for you. And I'm guilty of that myself as well, big time. But I know when seasons change, and I know when seasons end. And there's only so much encouraging I can do, only so much places I can take a person to help them change. Maybe if they didn't hear from me to change their mindset for the better, they can hear from, I don't know, maybe a motivational speaker, maybe a business conference, maybe somebody outside the family, maybe somebody that can teach them, like, listen, I'm not trying to, what I'm trying to tell you is we're getting older. There's a lot more things to think about when you get older. There's a lot more sacredcy to friendship. You can't just let anybody in, and you can't just let somebody in because even though you can't just let somebody in, even because you might like them or something like that, and they have a likability, like, because as you get older, you don't want to redo some stuff. You don't want to redo friends over again. So it's like my mindset was like, listen, we got to get better in every aspect. And if you're fearful, fix that, because we all get fearful. But it's really when you become a coward, when you let the fear overtake you to where you don't move and you don't fix it. That's when like the cowardly ways come, because cowards don't do anything. And the bravest people are the people who are in fear, but they don't let it overtake them to where they do nothing. So this whole message to y'all is just, don't be afraid to let people go. Don't be afraid to even just love people from a distance. I was on this whole entrepreneur journey, and I had a lot of 9-to-5ers that really didn't want to be 9-to-5ers, but they couldn't get out their own way. And it's not that they couldn't. The reality of it is that they didn't want to, because the uncertainty in their mind was so great that it was crippling them. And you trying to expose them to a different way of thinking, a different way of value, a different way of income, especially when you see the potential in a friend that you knew for so long, and you already know what's in them. You already know what they can bring to the table if they just get out of their way. But the fact is that you can't do it for them. You can't. You can help them get out their way, but the decision for them to get out their way is on them. There's an old saying, you guys heard it. You can take a horse. What is it? You can take a horse to the well, but you can't make him drink. And that's a true statement. And for a time, guys, I'm telling you, I was crippled in that area until I decided to say, you know what? I'm jumping. I'm going all in. I got to find out in this lifetime what's in me. What mark can I leave on the world? And there were certain friends that I just could not have in my inner circle. We might have been, maybe we could be email buddies. Maybe I can hit you up every few months and, see how everything is going. But as far as you being in my immediate circle, that just can't happen, because your fear will contaminate the whole circle. Your doubt, your negativity. And it's not that you're not trying to, there's not that your friends are not trying to help you in a sense where they want you to be safe. They want you to be good, and on top of that, they ain't got no money to actually, lend you if you do mess up, and then you got to start all over again, and you asking everybody for $1. But they're the same ones who complain. They're the same ones who are miserable. They're the same ones who's always looking for more and know how to get more, but will never get more, because they just can't get out of their way. And they have such an unbelief that it contaminates every aspect of their lives. Not just financially, but their home life, their depressed state, like their mental health, everything, because of their unbelief. And those are the type of people you really have to stay away from if you want to be great. So if you guys want to be entrepreneurs, get around entrepreneurs. And I tell you that because there's such an energy, there's such a mind state, there's such a experience when you're around people who actually think differently, because they're gonna help you transform if you're willing to let them do so. So everybody has a choice. Don't be afraid to let people go, because you holding on could actually mean, in a sense, your own death, your own life suffering, your own depression, your own self-worth, your own, in a sense, selfishness to the world. Because it's like, I just believe that everybody has a purpose, and their purpose and everybody's purpose is in other people, whatever that means. So if you're a carpenter, guess what? You only gonna get business if you have customers. So you have to serve your customers in what you do. If you're a singer, the same thing. So it's like, we all have fulfillment, and we all can be fulfilled in other people, and it can be reciprocated. But it takes a stamina, it takes a relentlessness, it takes a willingness to hang in there. And the more negative outside forces will start to leak, come inside. There's only so much you can do. But what you can do is quiet out the noise. What you can do is just get around people who are on it even more so than you. So I know this video's been long enough. I know I can go on and ramble, but I just want to tell you guys that. And it's different from the entrepreneur videos I normally make, but it's a part of it. So if you guys are entrepreneurship and you find it hard to really sustain your business because you got people telling you that it's not going to work, those are the people you either need to distance yourself from or simply let them go. And the reason why I make these videos, the reason why I do what I do, is because I honestly believe that you guys are worth it, and somebody needs to hear it. I'll see you.